What is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixie Brothers here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2, where we left off. We have begun our court, as Enoch Jobber here blew up the machine, so now we're having to...
Begun our court?
Yeah, it's begun the trial, and all that stuff.
We're in court.
They know exactly what I meant. They're all smart enough to know an Evanism when they hear one. So, we were here, and we were going through this stuff. We went through all of it, and I was trying to find the contradiction, and I thought I had to do it the twin thing, but after consulting the internet, that's apparently not what I do. It's actually over here, and I want to make sure I don't lose too much life.
Oh, so, Crystal Tower. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it is actually the cage. I don't know if I was supposed to like look at it and then just be like, oh, there's maybe that's how you have to do it quick. So take a look at this. Oh yeah. Oh, you're yawning.
The wood here is splintered and breaking apart. It must have taken quite a hit.
Yeah, flew right up by the hot air balloon before falling into the tower. I think they said it was a 30-foot drop, in other words, 9 meters.
And thus the man inside the cage lost his life.
And damaging the underside. And I believe he was like, it fell head first.
Yeah, no.
Boom. Look at us being smart because of the internet. We also
it's like, oh, he broke his neck. No.
The cage. It's wooden, and as you can see, the timber in one part has been snapped through. It fell no less than 30 feet after the blast. I'm surprised there isn't more damage. You're right. There's no issue with the fact that the cage was heavily damaged. The problem is...
where the damage
location
is.
of said damage.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the cage is damaged on the base.
That's the base.
Ooh, that was a lag. All right, Here we go. What?
Isn't that the opposite of where it should be?
Uh-huh. Exactly, my lord. The cage found at the scene was damaged at the bottom. We have a cage that landed on its head and a cage that is damaged at the base. In other words, we've proven one thing once and for all. That day there were 2 cages which traded places at some point. What happened was no science experiment. It was simple stage magic.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Well, witness, how do you respond?
If you look only at the facts, there's but one logical conclusion. As the cage is damaged at the bottom, it must have fallen feet first.
Damn.
No, the witness testified that he clearly saw it fall upside down.
He's just straight up said no.
Yeah.
Like, just with it.
That cage appeared mid after floating hot air balloon exploded. It was quite a distance away from the ground, around 60 feet or so.
That's approximately 18 meters.
It would then have fallen 30 feet to the crystal tower, enveloped in smoke. Under those circumstances, it's impossible for him to have seen every single detail. Then how do you explain the victim's broken neck? He fell 30 feet locked inside a heavy cage. Regardless of which way he landed, it would only be natural for a few neck bones to snap. He wants to say something.
Oh boy.
I'm impressed by your scientific deduction, dear prosecutor. But it could do with more scientific terminology. The neck bones are called cervical vertebrae. Looks like he's back for more.
Why is Prosecutor Van Zieks doing this? This man is a con artist. A monster who deceived his best friend.
You know, I don't know. You're going to prove something. Prove it beyond all doubt.
Huh?
I think that's what Prosecutor Van Zieks is going for right now. Yes. I believe there is one more thing which our attorney here has forgotten. It's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the experiment was no trick. What?
It appears we cannot end the cross-examination here. Witness, add a statement to your testimony regarding this claim of yours.
Yes. Yes, my lord. We must approach a situation like this with a bit more scientific rigor. God, we were so close to. Well, that's a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, crashing into the crystal tower is the only way one could fall 30 feet. Could you elaborate? A Before the experiment began, the victim was alive and well on stage. True, there's no doubt that the audience saw Mr. Minigan in the flesh, and his neck snapped from the impact of the fall. Therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere. The exploding balloon was 60 feet above the ground at tower's first floor, 30 feet. That 30-foot difference is how far the cage fell. There was no other way for him to have dropped that far. As such, it is clear that the victim himself teleported from the stage into midair.
The scientist's words are truly persuasive. The more you speak, the more convinced I become.
No, we don't need that. But of course, after all, I only speak with the purest of logic.
It's true, since it was seen by so many people. We know that the cage really did fall 30 feet.
This isn't good. So, crashing cars is the only way one could fall 30 feet. Do we have something that says otherwise? That's a good question. Let's see, the crime scene for the crystal photograph showing the victim after he was allegedly teleported to the crystal tower. He was stabbed in the chest. Okay. Huh. I don't know. Autopsy report. Broken neck due to suspected fall from great height. That's not going to prove anything. Hot air balloon photo. I mean, we're kind of going with the hot air balloon in the first place, but that's just a photo of Drebber.
Yeah.
Is that a tree or a building fire? I can't tell what that is on the left over there. Okay.
I think it's a tree.
Cage. There's the glass shard. There's the camera with blood on it. Science award. Wax figurehead. Autopsy report of the professor. Will we use that because of the hole in here? I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe. Because there's a straight up hole.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's too soon to go for that.
Yeah.
So that's all he has to say, huh?
What do you think, Naruhodo?
That device has been destroyed. This isn't real thing anymore.
Yeah. It's screwed the man. Blah, blah, blah.
Take me to scientist. Best friends. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Crashing in the crystal tower is the only way one could fall 30 feet.
The hole, I'm guessing.
The wire mesh underneath opened up from the impact. Nope, it's not it. Damn it. Wasn't there something strange about this? Usual. I don't know what else it could... Crashing into the crystal tower is the only way one could fall 30 feet. Crashing into the crystal tower. Do we use the diagram?
Oh, maybe.
We do. God damn it. Okay. I have here a diagram of the scene.
He's like, okay.
Your claims that this cage appeared in midair and fell from the point of the crystal tower. Boom. That was from a height of about 30 feet, or 9 meters. However, if we take a look at this map, we can see that there's actually one more possible location.
Yeah, the drop from the stage.
One more place where the cage could have fallen from that same height of 30 feet. What?
I mean, it looked pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think
distance,
so as well.
Yeah.
It seems you must ask the defense to elaborate. Is that all right with you, defense?
Of course, my lord.
In that case, the court orders you to show your answer directly on this diagram.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Show us the other points which the victim could have fallen at from a height of 30 feet.
I guess I'll just go for the boom boom here.
Yeah, the boom boom.
There we go. That would be right here.
But that's... Isn't that where the cage was to begin with?
Indeed, the cage started off on the top of the stage. But just take a moment to consider how high it was.
What do you mean by that?
If you look up at the stage from the ground, it's actually pretty high up. The diagram shows more clearly what I mean. It's about the same height as from the hot air balloon to the crystal tower. No. At the beginning of the experiment, smoke enveloped the cage. But suppose the floor on the stage opened up with empty space underneath. Then it would be possible for two separate cages to fall from the same height.
Yep.
I am convinced now. There were definitely two cages that fell that day. But there's no look of proof that such a feature exists in that stage.
This is where, yeah, this is where that
picture itself
picture
was blown
comes
up by
in.
the engineer. However, the stage itself is still standing. Have a look at this photograph taken shortly after the explosion.
there
Didn't
we
even
go.
have to do it.
Nope.
The wire mesh that was underneath the cage is gone. Oh, that was the judge. Whoops.
The wire mesh underneath the cage is gone.
Most likely it opened up due to the impact of the explosion.
See, we were on the
I
right
knew what
track.
you were going to say.
Yeah.
I believe we need to find out just what exists at the bottom of this hole. Mr. Enoch Drebber?
He blew up the machine, but he ended up unveiling the...
Yeah. You are the creator of the experimental device. That would also make you the person who's prepared the trick with the two cages. Dr. Dumbo's theory has nothing to do with this. Somebody framed the doctor by designing the device to take Mr. Mennigan's life. We all know only one person could have done that. It's you, Enoch Drebber.
Oh.
Grrr. Ah.
Whoa.
Your monocle's falling. Uh-oh. Swing?
Yep.
Nice. Good job. If the defense is just about finished making their claim. Clean the blade, put it away. Good boy.
He cleans it by like...
Oh.
The
prosecution would like to raise a very slow and deliberate objection. Is this slow and deliberate? There's a glaring contradiction in this assertion of yours. And not just one at that. Two.
Huh?
Two of them? Firstly, this witness did not approach the device neither before nor after the experiment. All the staff who were present at the fair have confirmed as much.
I heard that there was always at least one yard member monitoring the experiments.
And that would have left our witness with no opportunity to switch out the cages. But I already proved that there was a method. You mean using the crossbow? Impossible. The victim who vanished from the stage and the body found at the Crystal Tower. They were the same man. The forensics task force themselves reported as much. Let us not forget the other contradiction. Motive. What reason would this witness even have for making an attempt on the victim's life? A motive? Yeah, I haven't even thought of that. I have here a contract submitted by the witness.
A contract?
The witness shared this contract with the victim, Elida Mennigan. The engineer is entitled to 30% of the research grant and other resulting profits.
30%? That's quite the generous deal.
That contract contains a hefty condition. A condition? This contract will be rendered invalid if the event of either party's death. In other words, should either of us die, that contract becomes moot. Were Mr. Mennigan to die, I lose everything. Oh!
That's the opposite of motive.
Yeah. There we are. There was neither opportunity nor motive for this crime. Did this witness murder the victim? No, it is impossible. Oh, God. Unless the motive wasn't about me.
It seems that the defense's claim has fallen apart. I request a submission of that contract as evidence.
Okay, so that's going to be important.
Alrighty.
We'll take a look at that here in a second. Oh, it's true. Trevor can only be the culprit if the swap actually took place. And I can even begin to fathom what reason he would have to kill the victim.
Amongst your claims, Naruhodo, there is one fact that is yet to be overturned.
Huh?
There were two cages. The prosecution has been unable to refute that.
Oh!
There must be something more to this. There must be an irrefutable truth in your claims that we can use to our advantage.
Right.
You just gotta find it.
Yeah.
It seems that the defense is unable to offer a sufficient counter-argument.
How surprising. I was brought here to testify about the device, but instead I get branded a murderer. Now, however, it has been made clear. It is impossible for me to be the killer.
Anyone who says it with a face like that is sus.
I know, right? At first, we thought that there was only one cage involved in the experiment. But now we know that there were two. So there must be something else that we're missing here.
He's like, wait, what?
And there's a good chance that it's related to the culprit. What? The stage for this case was carefully crafted by this witness's own two hands. He must have been aware of the trickery involved. And if the crime was impossible to carry out alone, then of course there must have been someone assisting you.
If someone was assisting the culprit, then you don't mean to say...
Yes, he had an accomplice to aid him. An accomplice? If you are so sure of that, then surely you are prepared to give us a name, yes? Not content with indicting this witness as a murder, you now claim he was aided too. If you're unable to substantiate your accusation of the so-called accomplice, the prosecution is of the stance that the defense should receive a hefty penalty.
Oh boy.
Wait.
What say you, defense? Do you wish to proceed with your accusation?
Should I push ahead? Right now, all this is nothing more than conjecture. I don't even know whether this witness is the murderer, let alone if he had an accomplice. But I am a defense attorney, and so I have to make a decision. Do I have to resolve to indict another person as being drugged as accomplice?
I can't think of who, though.
I can't think of anyone, but let's read this contract quick. This document constitutes binding between Enoch Trevor and Lyda Milligan, which is profits gained as a result of the development of the electric. Okay, the engineer is entitled to 30% of the research grant as well as any profit generated as a result of the research. It will be rendered invalid if the result of either party's death.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. And then we have...
Fancy signatures.
For real. Was Lyda Milligan and Enoch Trevor. Okay. Well, fuck.
Unless it was a fake signature, I don't know.
Let's go for it. The defense has a person they wish to indict as the accomplice. Oh, I've already gone. Oh god, let's think this through here. Let's see. Lunbamar match. I don't know. Not Rosaic, I don't think. Oh god, there's so many people that it could be. There's so many people here. I don't fucking. Oh god, I've gone bold move here, Cotton. The existence of two cages suggests that a swap took place. However, the coroner's report claims otherwise. That contradiction is the very clue we need.
So Sith?
Defense?
Yes, my lord.
You've already been warned. You shall receive a penalty if you indict the wrong person. Do you still wish to proceed, and this court shall ask you for the name of this accomplice. Defense, please present this person to the court. Who was it that cooperated with the witness in October and carried out the crime?
So, I have potentially two options. It could be Courtney Scythe, or...
Sith, you mean?
Sith. Yep. Sorry, I'm just so used to the name there. Or... potentially Gregson. Because he was the inspector that was there for most of the time. He was there at the scene of the crime, and then he's been there guarding it like ever since. But I'd lean more towards Courtney.
Because she's the one who's like, oh yeah, he's dead, and that's it.
Yeah, and she's the one that's done a lot of funky stuff with dead bodies, potentially. So.
And like, he was stabbed right in the heart, which is immediate death.
Yeah. Oh boy. That person's name is... What's wrong, Japanese boy? Don't tell me you've come this far only to lose your nerve at the final hurdle. Unfortunately, that is the case. After all, this is no ordinary person we're talking about.
He's just like,
there's a good chance I'm about to turn everybody in this room against me.
Everything's going to be alright, Naruhodo.
Susanoo?
Even though the enemy may seem big and scary, it's all in your head. I believe in you.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Susato. Attorney, I am once again asking for your answer. Oh, God. You want to know who cooperated with Enoch Drebber to carry out the crime? That person was Dr. Sith.
Oh, boy.
I beg your pardon, but Dr. Sith is...
The corner of the forensic task force, the one who performed the autopsy on the victim.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've caused an uproar. Yep, could have seen that one coming.
Uh-huh.
Who had the opportunity to swap those two cages? The accident itself was witnessed by thousands and a scene was cordoned off. Even the inspector were chased out for the FTF to carry out their investigation. That was the only time frame in which the bodies could have been swapped. And the people wanted to hide the machine in the first place.
Yeah.
What exactly happened at the scene during that time? The only way to find out is to call Dr. Sith to the stand and ask for her testimony.
They're like,
Oh,
oh,
we've
damn.
gotten.
He's just there.
Unforgivable!
You're 6?
I know it very well. This world's finest coroner. Nothing about this is a murder.
This seems the land most in need of law and order is the one that exists inside your head. And with yet another enormous problem raised, I must ask you another question.
Oh, boy.
Another question?
Enormous.
Just who was the body double that was swapped with the victim? His body double? Right.
If a cage at the scene with the victim's body in it was swapped, and the second cage must have contained a second person.
Yes. However, there's been nobody who has died or gone missing recently that fits the criteria.
But a wax figure went missing.
Yeah. In other words, there exists nobody who could have acted as the victim's body double. Yeah, he's right. There were 2 cages and there must have been 2 people. Can I really point out what it was?
Yep.
Try to name the body double inside the second cage.
Present evidence?
Yeah, we can't present a person, so we'll
Yeah.
present evidence.
Probably the
Very
glass.
well. The defense would like to present evidence which shows the true identity of the body double.
Well, what? Evidence? You actually have it? Wouldn't presenting a person's name be more appropriate here?
No matter, present your evidence. The secret behind the trick was having somebody hide inside the hot air balloon, and the audience would have seen it from a whole 60 feet away. It's about 18 meters above ground, so what appeared from the smoke. Sir! The identity of the body double inside the cage was...
Inside the second cage. You
Inside the
missed a
second
whole
cage.
word.
I don't think we have anything else about, let's go with the glass shard,
Yep.
please. Well, it was probably something like this, right?
What?
In that case, why not try putting that inside a cage and dropping it? Don't forget to stuff yourself inside that cage while you're at it.
Hey. Die a noble death along with the evidence. I'm fairly sure that's what he's trying to say.
God damn it! Yeah, I got that, thanks.
Oh boy,
I
we're
can't quite
getting
believe
low.
that a human was used as a body double here. In which case, there was something else inside that cage. Yes, I know!
Yeah, but what do we...
Now try thinking things over from the beginning.
Can I really point out what it was? Okay, let me look through the evidence here
We
quick.
probably should have looked through things one more time.
It's not the green cloth. It's not the crossbow. That's the photo of the crime scene after the body was
Should we have
swapped.
presented the mannequin head?
You know what? That would probably make
The
sense.
wax figure head?
Yeah.
Originally taken from
Yeah,
the,
that would make sense. That would make more sense just because we're...
And we
Yeah.
lost...
Oh man, it's not the first time. Present
We
evidence.
lost a thing because of that.
We are good at that, so... Alright, here we go.
And then further proof would be the glass shard.
Probably, yeah. There was a body double inside the second cage when the incident occurred. We know this because the victim was inside the first cage atop the stage. Therefore, the cage containing a body double was the one which plummeted into the tower.
Yes, if your claims are true, that would indeed be the case.
The true identity of the body double inside the second cage was...
He's just like, oh god,
oh
don't...
god.
Naruhodo, we have long since been prepared for this. All that's left is for you to stand tall. Stand tall and proudly make your claim.
Thank you, Susato. The true identity of the body double in the second cage was... Although you may not believe it, It was this.
Oh, we have it.
It was about the whole damn thing here. Okay. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's lost it. Open your eyes and look at me, Japanese boy.
He's like, I don't want to look.
If I may ask, what on earth is this? Don't be scared, Ryunosuke. Just show him some of the Japanese spirit. It's just what it looks like. It's a wax figure.
Oh no.
To be precise, it's the wax figure the serial killer executed 10 years ago. The Professor.
He's like,
You're
why?
already indicting a member of the forensics task force as an accomplice. Having come this far, now you want to claim that this wax figure is a body double. Yes, yes, I do. In any case, why on earth would it be this of all things? The shape and such is body really different from the victim's. Who would use that as a body double? That's a good question. Maybe we should ask Enoch Drebber. What? A few days before Dr. Dombo carried out his experiment, Mr. Drebber kidnapped this wax figure.
Yep.
Well, what? Kidnapped, you say?
And then, 2 days after the incident, Mr. Drebber returned the wax figure to Madame Rosaic's. 2 days after the incident?
Enoch Drebber, is this true?
And the reason you kidnapped the wax figure? I'm sure the answer to that question is more than clear enough by now. It was, of course, to use as the body double in the second cage. Duh. Jez, did you hear that shocking claim just now? In order to save the poor scientist, this engineer created that device. He played a magic trick in front of the masses with the help of the finest coroner of our time. What's more, was pulled off using a wax figure that looks nothing like the victim. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you really find this farcical claim possible? Yeah. Hey, hold on. I know it might sound hard to believe, but... My lord? May I say something?
You knew it, yeah.
What is it, Foreman?
I believe we've come to a verdict.
Oh, God.
Our verdicts are finally aligned. Yep. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Here's the
Very
no.
well. Allow me to make a formal request.
Can I make a formal request? Stop.
Jurors, present your verdicts to the court.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well.
Oof. It's been a long time since we've seen that.
Yeah.
The jury seems to have reached a unanimous decision.
I had a feeling this would happen.
Uh-huh. Once we've overcome this tribulation, in this trial, we're sure to find a new truth that has been lying in wait.
Right. But for now, we have to convince them no matter what.
You will now carry out the closing argument.
It's like he knows I want to do that.
Foreman of the jury, you prepared?
Yes, my lord.
Very well. In that case, 6 jurors. The court orders you to explain the reasons and the basis behind your guilty verdicts.
Okay, let's hear these wonderful, always on topic reasons.
Yeah, sometimes they are, but other times they're just like, what?
Girl Scout's gonna be talking about corn.
Girl Scout!
That's what she is.
I'm not forever. It's inconceivable as it would be a vulgar crime.
I agree. Can you imagine those two working together?
I don't believe the stolen wax figure even has anything to do with the coroner.
Well, I've had to run into trouble with the cops before. I can't say I trust any of them.
We need the case at all.
You just keep making claims without any evidence. I won't stand for it.
So angry.
Yeah.
Well then, seems this wax figure was the final nail in the coffin for our jurors' verdicts.
Not only is the body shape widely different, but you also cannot see its face. I must say, I have to admire the audacity of presenting this as a body double. Trust me, I'm well aware that pointing to a wax figure's body double sounds insane. Crazy as it may be, I think this will end up being the lead that'll save our case.
Do you have a plan, Naruhodo?
No, I can't explain it very well,
Oh.
but I think there must have been a good reason for them to use this wax figure as a body double.
Do you mean to say that they needed to use this figure?
That's right. The fact they had to do that must mean that this wax figure carries more significance than simply acting as a look-alike.
In that case, we absolutely cannot let this trial end here.
Exactly. I'll get through this no matter what it takes.
Now, defense, begin your closing argument.
The louder man again was the professor all along. Case closed.
He found
my lord.
himself rising from the grave.
Well, no, louder men again, not Enoch.
Oh,
Trevor.
louder man. My brain was immediately
You're good.
Enoch Trevor. I mean, he's right there. He's very
That's his rebuttal.
Ah.
And we're gonna get to our rebuttal next time.
Oh.
I like how it starts with Juror 6. Like
Yeah.
they did everything. It's all out of order. He's supposed to be at the end.
Then it was him.
Oh man, why you got
Well, he's the one
game?
that piped things up first. That's why.
I suppose you're not wrong.
Piped things up, piped up.
That's
words.
fine. It makes sense.
Words are easy.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.